After a conference presentation, our 4 guest speakers are participating in a panel discussion on pedagogical knowledge in second language teaching education. Open to the floor. What is pedagogical knowledge in second language teaching education programs, and how is it important?
Well, hello, I'm Nat Bartels. The knowledge about the language is unfortunately not being used by second language teachers after the SLTE training programs because of information overload and cognitive load of explicit information, which is difficult to process. Implicit knowledge, things you already know, on the other hand, require little processing and working memory. If language teachers are trained in academic practices only, they cannot perform in language teaching practice. To increase teaching performance and reduce cognitive load, we need to be more specific to the activities and be organized into dynamic work.
Hello, I'm Kathleen Graves. I do agree with you, Nat, regarding the dynamic network, and that's the interconnected system of knowledge bases that is required in the second language teaching education training. And for that reason, I've been working diligently on a curriculum framework, and which involves what teacher knows already, plus the context, the understanding the context that they're working with. So the what and the how is what is being taught and evaluated. But what is the main thing for me, I think, is to involve the pedagogical reasoning and the decision-making skills among trainers or teachers. But my main question is, what does it mean to really how to teach? That's the main thing.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Rod Ellis, and following along those same lines, more specifically about what Kathleen was just talking about, what do teachers need to know about second language acquisition? There are an array of different characteristics of a second language acquisition that serve as more of a basis for the content of a course for teachers, and things that teachers should be aware of. First, language transfer, for example, staged development, systematic systems of growth, variability in learner language. But more importantly, I believe that language teachers need more of an access to a common body of knowledge about how languages are learned, and in the same way as many other fields. And from the interpretive viewpoint of the teacher, I think that the general goal of a second language acquisition course is to help teachers develop their own theory of second language learning and how instruction in general can assist them. In this way, second language acquisition functions as a source or a resource of promotion, the promotion of more of a reflective nature and practice within teachers.
Hi there, my name is John Hedgecock, and I just really want to say that I really like the dynamic network from Nat and the pedagogical reasoning from Kathleen and the reflective practice from Rod. And what was said from Kathleen during the conference, that in order for teachers to reflect on teachers' specialized knowledge about how to teach pedagogical content of knowledge, they have to use productive ways about talking about it, or as we say, discourse of teaching. I'm glad to hear that reasoning and reflective skills are being incorporated into the curriculum so that language teachers can improve on their practice. And for me, pedagogical knowledge is really linked with subject matter knowledge, and it's more than just simply a transmission-oriented approach of education, but it's more of a reflective practice of a social literate approach with practices that support the appropriation of the profession's discourse conventions. In other words, it's when teachers and language learners engage in a socially mediated interaction to nurture and integrate subject matter and pedagogical content knowledge. It really becomes an apprenticeship, and it leads to the little d discourse, as we say in our field, or language in use among themselves, which is really similar to Kathleen's view. And in this way, we craft our identities as big D or capital D discourse members to language teaching discourse. Some social literate precepts, like questioning everything, are really recommended for engaging in critical reading and developing genre knowledge, and really are used to become legitimate members of language transmission, linking internal schemata with ways of being in the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.